book of Corinthians 13:1. Is it 13:1? They were niggers. Acts, Slaki. Paul. Oh yeah, Acts, I'm sorry. Yep, Acts 11:26, I'm sorry, Paul. Right, because, hey, you said you're a Christian, right? Well, the first Christians were actually Israelites. Go ahead, King. Oh yeah, he got a, yeah, 13:1 on that, and then it's 11:26.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 11 and verse 26.
Get out.
And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch, and it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples were called Christians.
They were called what?
And the disciples were called Christians.
So the first Christians in the Bible were actually at Antioch, right? So let's see what those Christians look like. Go ahead, King. It's the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger.
They were called what?
That was called nigger. So the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Latinas, and the Native Americans are all Israelites, right? But they conquered us, and they divided us, and then now we are underneath another name. How you doing, brother? All praises, man. So you wanted to find out your history? You know your history? What's your nationality? Huh? Black, right? Right. So who did they call black? The Israelites, right? All praises, man. All praises. Where did you find that out at? He was all right? So you know you're an Israelite, right? Because you are who your father is. Give me the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 1. For 18 and 11 and 11. 1 and 18, Slaki. Right? So, hey, sis, check that out. Check that out. You'll be Israelites. That's the reason why they changed their name. I got one more verse before we do it too. Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 82, and I think it's verse 4. Real quick. Watch this, sis. Because they divide and conquer us. 83. I'm sorry, Salaki, 83. Because they divide and conquer us, right? That's how you beat someone. Watch this.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel is counsel that's kind of undermined. They kind of want to get to you. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And you hate them because you don't know who you are. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel,
That the name of what?
that the name of Israel
May be no more in remembrance. Because who are those people over there? If the name of Israel is cut off, who are they over there? They call them Jewish, but the suffix ish means pertaining to. So check that information out, sis. You'll be an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Issachar.
Right.
Hey, how you doing, brother? Right. So give me Numbers 1:18 real quick. The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. You said your father's an Israelite, right? So watch this.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
You know what a pedigree is? Pedigree is your lineage, right? Your actual family heritage, right? Go ahead.
After their families, by the house of their father,
Or by the mother.
by the house of their father,
You're mixed.
by the house of their fathers.
So you are who your father is,
Right.
right? Because if I had an apple seed, and I plant it in Florida, what's going to grow? Apple, right? What if I plant that same seed in North Carolina? So the apple, right? So the man carries the seed.
That's right.
The woman is the fertile ground.
That's right.
Right? So you would be an Israelite. Is your father, you said, a so-called black man? Native American? What's your grandpa? Black? What is his father? Black. So you would be probably from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Right? Do you know who else came from that tribe? Watch this. Give me the book of Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. Right? Because at the end of the day, you come from a great stock. Right? Watch this.
Book of Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right? So Messiah sprang out of Judah. right? And what did the Messiah look like? Do you know what the Messiah looked like? Watch this. Hey, give me Judah 14 and 2 real quick. Watch this, and then give me Revelations 1 and 1. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning. So the real Jews are mourning because it said your Savior came from Judah. So the real Jews are mourning. Go ahead. And the gates there are language. And how you doing, sis? And shalom, sis. Shalom. Go ahead. And the gates there are language. They are black. What are the real Jews? They are black. No, they are white with a hat. They are black unto the ground. And the crown of Jerusalem is gone up. They said they are black into the ground because remember when God had made Adam from the dust of the earth? So you can dig into the ground and you can get many shades of brown out of the ground. So that's why you're a little different shade than me. He's different than me and you. He's different than all three of us, right? Because it's different shades of brown. That's the reason why the Native Americans and the Hispanics, they're a different shade of brown than us. But we're all the same people. Right? So look, this is how your Messiah lived. You got a piece up? Oh, this is how your Messiah lived.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So the revelation means the revealing of Jesus Christ. Go ahead, King.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
So these things were going to happen. Go ahead.
And he sent and sanctified it by his angel unto his servant John.
Right? So John the Revelator actually came into this spiritually, and he saw this revelation of Jesus Christ, right? So you know how to play the game of baseball, right? 3 strikes and you out. So this is the image that they give us, right? Right? So let's see, based on that image, which depiction is closer to the true image of Christ according to the words of the Bible.
Right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Son of Man is Christ. Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Right, so Christ had a long garment, similar to like what we got on, but it hung all the way down to his feet. Right? Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So back in the ancient days, right, if you were a famous person, you know, they used to have swords, so they would want to kill you, they would thrust through with a sword. Right, so he had like a WWE wrestling belt that kind of guarded his midsection, so that way if somebody tried to kill him, it would protect him. Right? Go ahead.
His head and his hair.
So his head, the hairs on his head, and his hairs like his eyebrows, his mustache, and his beard. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Was white like wool. So who has woolly hair? Does that guy have woolly hair? Or would it be more like us? More like a depiction of him, would have more like a woolly hair. Like him, right? So that's strike 1. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
So do this guy right here has hair as white as snow? Nope. So that's strike 2. Go ahead.
White as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So do this guy got a flame of fire eyes? He kind of struck out, didn't he? But for the sake of being a good sport, we're going to continue to play this game and see maybe if this guy can redeem himself. Go ahead.
Salakia. Verse 15. And his feet.
So if you had your shoes off, would the top of your feet kind of have the similar color as the rest of your body? The top portion of your feet? I would say so too. Watch this. And his feet. Because remember in the ancient days, they used to actually wear sandals. Right, so John the Revelator in the spirit saw his feet. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Like unto what?
Like unto fine brass.
So if you have fine brass, what would the color of fine brass be? Like a penny. Be like more of a brownish color, right? Like unto fine brass. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So if you took brown and you burned it in a furnace, how brown would it brown be? Yeah, would it be darker? So how brown would he be? Would he be like a light brown or a dark brown or a black? Black, right? So who is this guy then? Who is that guy? Is that guy Christ according to the scriptures? Right? So that would be a lie, right? So give me the book of John chapter 8 verse 32. Right? You got a precept? Watch this.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever.
No, he kind of went and got, you know, saying the reverse tan going on. He kind of got bleached like Michael Jackson.
The same yesterday and today and forever.
And forever, right? So, did Jesus change? So then somebody lying, ain't it?
Somebody lying.
So watch this.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth,
So you're going to know the truth, and what's going to happen?
and the truth shall make you free.
And it's going to make you free because you're going to know who you are now. You're going to know that your father only isn't an Israelite, but you're also an Israelite, according to the scriptures. Right? So do you believe you're an Israelite? You do? So then what are you required to do? Give me the book of, you already got it? Look out, he in the spirit.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Yeah.
And now Israel,
Would that be you? Now Israel, go ahead.
what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So what requirement do you got? Because if you're God's chosen people, you're above all people, right? You know that? You're above all people? Have you heard that scripture? Huh? Give me the book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We're going to hold that right there, watch. Because, hey, at the end of the day, God said that the Israelites were above all people, so go ahead. Yep, that's the King James Version. Yep, is that the one your dad read out of? Yeah, the Apocrypha. Yep, it's all canon. It's all, because actually that book was actually a part of the whole book. It's called a 1611 King James, right? Anything 1611 and back actually have all the books. Was it the 16, what is it, 12 in there? Yeah, the 10 hidden books and then plus the other 82. But what happened was, at the Council of Nicaea, because that book was just a little too rough for the Christians, they ended up actually taking that out of it because it was just too much truth in there. Yeah, Christianity is a man-made religion. Have you heard of that before? Watch this. Give me the book of, did I have you on something? 7 to 6 verse.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So holy means set apart, right? Give me the book of James chapter 1 and verse 26. So he said you're a set apart people to the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee.
So the Israelites were chosen from God. But let's see how chosen they were. And how y'all brothers doing? Y'all know y'all Israelites, King? Y'all know y'all Israelites? Do y'all know that? Come get a card. Come get a card, King. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
How special?
above all people.
No, we equal to everybody.
Above all people.
No, we're the same as everybody.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Hey, you above all people. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know how special we was? Give me the book of Romans chapter 5 and verse 11 real quick. Romans 5 and 11. Because this goes actually, or is it Matthew's 5? Matthew's 5 and 11, Salaki. Matthew's 5 and 11. Because you know, whenever we start a trend, right, do everybody in the world follow us? When we sagged our pants, what happened? Everybody sagged their pants. What did he say?
Everybody started sagging their pants.
What about when we wore skinny jeans? What did everybody do?
Everybody started wearing skinny jeans.
What about when we started wearing the Vans?
Everybody started wearing the Vans.
Jordan.
Everybody wanted to get Jordans.
Hey, what about when we started cutting lines in our eyebrows?
Everybody wanted to get cut eyebrows, cuts in your eyebrows, trying to wild out. That's that Jay-Z line, you know?
Hey, what about grills? Did you know that that's been our custom? Did you know that we were doing that since the ancient world? Give me the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. Watch this. Watch this.
I gotta go.
Hey, listen to this one precept. Yeah, 5 and 13.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
So what do you do with salt? What do you do with salt when you put salt on something? Season it, right? So he said we the seasoning of the earth. Watch this. But if the salt has lost its savior, you took the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans out of basketball, what would it look like? Football, baseball, soccer, tennis. We even golf in it. We even started entering in the hockey. But if the salt did what? But if the salt have lost its savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing. Now why you think they put us as the doormats? They put us out of cars and kill us. They steal all our inventions because we left our way. We left our heritage. Right? So now we're good for nothing but what? But to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Be trodden under foot of men. Now we the last and not the first. Remember in the Constitution they said we 3/5 of a man. How the hell is you 3/5 of a man? Do it start from the ankles up or from the neck down? Hey brother, check our channel out. We got YouTube information, everything. Hey, give us a call, phone number, everything on there, brother. Let's do it. Yeah, we love you, bro. Yeah, go ahead, King. Hey, give me the book. That's a great question. Give me the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and what is it, verse 7, verse 8, right? Because God knew that it was going to happen. And then give me Jeremiah 17 and 4, right? Watch this.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
What did he say?
Remember the Sabbath day.
So if I tell you, hey, remember you got to get up at 8 o'clock to go to an appointment, why am I telling you that? So you what? So you don't what? So you don't forget it. So God knew that we were going to forget it. Why did we forget it? I'm going to get that for you. I'm going to get it for you. Go ahead.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thy labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
And what day is the seventh day? Saturday, right? All praises, right? So why do we forget it? Right? Why do we forget it? You got a precept? Go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Hey, so the heathens, right, have spoke great words against the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Do you know who the saints are? Yep, the Israelites. All praises. Go ahead.
And think to change times and laws.
So the heathens change times and laws, right? Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and a dividing of time.
God was going to give them a specified amount of time to be able to do this to us. And then after that, he was going to judge them.
But that's why the Sabbath day changed. Because they changed the times and the laws. They had the power. Because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So that's why they worship the sun god, right? Instead of keeping the natural Sabbath that the Lord gave. The 7th day. You know, Friday sundown and Saturday sundown.
Right.
Go ahead.
My dad used to like basically that.
For punishment. The punishment? Yeah, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. And but I do want to get, is it Exodus, 2 Maccabees 6 and 6? Yep. So this is another reason why also, because like he said, the power of the earth was given unto the wicked. So over time, right, so I'm going to get 2 more precepts and then I'm going to go to that question that you got. Right, go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
So if you understand about what happened to the Israelites, we've been in like many captivities. 7 majors, but a lot more captivities than just 7. Right? But within that, so many things have happened to where people don't know that it was unlawful. It was against the law for us to keep our laws, our Sabbath days. Go ahead.
Or ancient feasts.
Or ancient feasts, go ahead.
Or to profess himself at all.
At what?
At all.
Couldn't even say that you was a what?
To be a Jew.
Couldn't even say you was a Jew, brother. Couldn't say you was an Israelite. If you said you was an Israelite, you got put to death. So Give me one more. Give me Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. Yeah, I knew you was about to go to that one. I know I was going to bring that out. But the Christians were one, but at that time, it was the Grecians. That was the Greek captivity. So the Apocrypha was the Greek captivity. It was when Alexander the Great, right? Alexander the Great was in rulership, and so he forced us to take his laws, right? Like that's what he was about to pull, but I don't want to overload you. So I just wanted to just show you that, hey, it was against the law for us to even profess that we was who he was. So over time, we lost our heritage, so that's why I want to bring this out. But it was all through the power of God, so that's why when we go into these actual curses, he's going to show you. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee.
And he will what?
And I will cause thee.
God said, I will cause thee to what?
To serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
And it's not a literal forever, but it's until we come back to God wholeheartedly, right? Until we start keeping the commandments, right? So here you go. He's going to answer that other question, your first question, right? He's going to answer your question of what was that text that happened that caused you and I and everybody here to kind of go away from the way we needed to go. Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 2 and verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel.
So if God said, I'm hot against the Israelites or Israel, what do you think that means? Angry, right? He's like bubbling. He's like peed off. The bad pee. Right, go ahead.
And he delivered them into the hands of the spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them.
And he did what?
And he sold them.
What happened to the so-called blacks? How did they get over here? Captivity, right? If you look right here on this chart, right? What happened to our forefathers? They were killed, but what happened? What happened to them? How did they get over here? On the slave ships, right? So he said he sold them. So who sold us? Was it the other nations? Or according to that text, who did it say sold them? No, watch this and what he said.
And he sold them into the hands of their enemies.
He started from the top though. From the top of that verse.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he delivered them into the hands of the spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them.
So who sold us? God sold us. So it had nothing to do with the other nations. He sold them. Go ahead.
And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies.
So he couldn't stand. It had nothing to do with them. Because if the police come to arrest one of us, are they going to send one officer or lots of officers? You know why? They know we special. Give me the book of Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. They know who we are. We don't know who we are, but they know who we are. And then we're going to get to them curses. We'll get to what happened, right? So watch this. They know who we are though. And now as we're coming back to our rulership, it's game over for them, right? We're gonna answer all them questions for you. We got all them questions answered, right? Go ahead.
Look at Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are God.
What did he say?
I have said, ye are God.
Oh, that's why they don't rush up on us, because they know we are gods. That's why they know that our people do special things. Who can jump from the free throw line? Who dunked over 7-footers? Who runs faster than anybody I've ever saw? Who can hit the ball farther than us? Come on, man. Nobody. Nobody do the things we can do, man. But why is that? He said what?
I have said, ye are God.
That's why. Because he gave us just a little bit of power left. He gave us just a little bit of power left to let us know that we are a lot specialer than everybody else. but we're nowhere near what we used to be. Because watch.
And all of you are the children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men. But ye shall die like men. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
And we shall die like men. Because from the beginning it wasn't meant for us to die.
Right.
But because we was disobedient to God, right, he put us to death. How you doing, brother? Praises, brother. Yeah, but Adam and Eve, right? Who are Adam and Eve? How y'all doing? Hey, come over real quick. Look, we want to teach y'all a little something about y'all heritage that y'all never knew. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse Slakia. 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Ye were delivered.
What do you do?
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Ye were delivered unto their enemies.
You were delivered to the enemy, not for your destruction, right? So what's your nationality? Mexico, right? So do you know your God-given nationality? You would be from you would be an Issacharite.
Right.
You have to be from Issachar.
Right.
Have y'all ever heard of that? Have y'all? No? You would be God's chosen people.
Right.
Everybody on this sign is the same people.
Right.
Did you know that? See? Come here. Check this out. So we would be the same people, right? It's okay. Okay, want to find, so check it out. We have a YouTube channel, right? And hey, and them right there, hey, there's our wives. Hey, they're Issacharites. So we're all the same people, right? But they divided us. They said we're all different, and now we all hurt. We all fight, and we all hate each other. But we have to come back in the last days to be one people. Yes. See. One La Familia. All of us. La Familia.
Sí, es el pueblo elegido de Dios. Sí. Israelita. Israelita. Right? God's chosen people. Sí, sí. Right? We are God's chosen people.
America,
Right.
Cuban, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, American Black, Guatemala to Panama, American Indian, Seminole Indian, Colombian to Uruguay, the Incas and the Aztecas, and Argentina to Chile, all same people, one La Familia.
Jesus Christos. No blanco. Jesus Christos, no blanco.
No blanco. No blanco.
Jesus Christos, el negro.
All of us.
The Israelita de la tribu de Judá. De Judá. De Judá. Tribe of Judah.
See, so we have to keep the commandments. We have to keep the commandments. Right? So all praises. Check it out. So yeah, so we all one people. So what's your question again, King?
Oh, I was gonna ask about,
Yeah.
why is the alien just behind it?
Okay, Khan. Yeah, Khan. So here we go. Yep.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof, came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet.
And this is actually the appearance of what the angels look like. that came out of the chariots. Yeah. So these are what angels look like. Angels ain't what those so-called baby faces with the wings no, they got 4 faces in the likeness one of a human. Go ahead.
And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Burnished brass, just like Jesus looked. So what color are the angels? Black. Go ahead.
And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their face and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went.
So they didn't turn when they went. They didn't have to do all this. They just had a face on that side, so they literally walked that way or that way. Go ahead.
They went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they had forehead, the face of a man, and the face of a lion, and the right side, and the forehead the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also the face of an eagle.
The face of an eagle, right? So those are the angels, right? So now you're finna get to the chariot.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. He's coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also that pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
Right, because when you start going into the old prophecies, right, you got to understand that back then they didn't know what these things were. So all they knew that it was something in the air that moved, and so what up in the air that moves that they would know back then? It would be a cloud. Right, because Paul said the same thing. Give me the book of I think it's Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1. It might be 10 and 1. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. To make what bad? No, no, we are the fallen angels. See, so that whole book, that whole Enoch book, no. The fallen angels were us because we were at a higher state. Because angel just means messenger. And we were God's messengers on the earth to make sure his laws were followed and everything. And what happened is we fell from a higher estate. And when we fell from a higher estate, that's when it comes to the fallen angels, it really is talking about us. Right? And that's why I said you were gods. That's why I brought that priesthood up, because we were gods. We had a higher estate. We were supposed to live forever. It wasn't God's intent for us to die. But because we didn't listen to the commandments, right? Matter of fact, give me Romans chapter 6 and verse 23. Watch this.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse number 15. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their works was like unto the color of a beryl, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
And that was the chariot. So that's why whenever you be seeing those movies, and it be like those spaceships, it'd be saying a wheel inside of a wheel, because that's all he can explain it. You know, he couldn't explain it any other way, because like I said, you got to remember, back then they didn't have any understanding about technology and things of that nature. So all he could do, Ezekiel, in his vision, being in the spirit, seeing his future prophecy, he could only explain it how he could explain it. He got burnt. Wait a minute. Satan. It's kind of sound like. Oh, he's talking about when Moses went on Sinai, and when he came down, his face was of a shine. That's in I want to say that's in it's in Exodus.
He was beyond his understanding, and then he got burned.
So no, so actually, because he saw Christ actually.
Right. Oh, right.
He saw Christ. We have made an end of communion. It's in there. You look it up. Moses' face was shining after he left. It's in Exodus.
Right, 18,
1817.
17. 18 or 17. Okay.
18 or 17. Go ahead and start it. Yeah, it's in Exodus for sure. Because it's after he left off the Mount Sinai. It's like right after they came out of Egypt. Huh? So he was asking, why did Moses have that shine? Remember, because he had went up on the mount, and when he came down from the mount, everybody was looking at him in amazement because he had that glow. But it was because he was in the presence. He was basically made whole because he was in the presence. It wasn't God, but who do you think he was up there on the mountain communing with? Christ. That's who it was. But I do want to get that. Yeah, I'm going to say, could you look that up for me real quick? Because that's who he was communing with. It was with Christ. Because that's why Christ said, if you saw God, you saw me. I mean, he said, if you see God, if you see me, you see God. Why? Because he's an express likeness of God, according to Hebrews. It was like his face glue. Moses' face glue. Yep, Numbers. Yep. No, that's I got dang man. Let me see. Calm, bro. Cause yeah, it's because calm.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.